In 2017, I left Dubai and immigrated to Canada. At that time, I had a high-flying career with Procter& Gamble in their regional headquarters based out of Dubai. Now, the reason I qualify it as a high-flying career is because of the fact that I was able to get promoted significantly ahead of the curve throughout my 11 years with Procter& Gamble. So much so that by the time I left the company, I was one of the youngest divisional CFOs in P&G across the region. Now, within 11 years of my employment with Procter& Gamble, for past 7 years I was stationed out of Dubai on an expatriate contract, earning an income which was tax-free north of 270,000 US dollars. This income was inclusive of my housing allowance, medical, kids' education, and other miscellaneous allowances. The point I want to make here is that for a person of my capability and skill, by any comparison, this income would fall on a higher end of the income curve, especially when compared to the income levels in Western market. So today in this video, I will talk about why, despite an apparently successful career and life in Dubai, I still left my job and Dubai and immigrated to Canada. Now, one caveat here, there is no right and wrong. These are all my personal opinion based on my personal experiences. Some people may have had completely different experiences and may completely differ from my opinions as well. As I said, there is no right and wrong. It's just my opinion that I'm sharing with you, the opinion basis which I made the decision to quit my job and my life in Dubai and immigrate my family to Canada and start almost from scratch. My name is Behroz. I have 15 years of corporate experience and passion for consuming and creating content around self-development and growth. Now, in case you have any interest in this topic, please do subscribe to this channel so you get notified as soon as I put out a new content out there on this channel. So let's get right into it. Essentially, there were 3 reasons for me to quit my job and move my family and myself to Canada. First and foremost was permanency. So for most part, it is not possible to live in Dubai forever, given you are only on a temporary visa which expires every 2, 3, or 5 years depending on the kind of visa you have. Essentially, as long as you have a job there or you're working, you have a visa which is a work visa that you're provided. But as soon as you lose your job or you quit, there are a certain number of days and weeks within which you have to leave the country because your visa will automatically expire. Plus, they don't give any citizenship, so there is no permanency. For me, this meant some level of uncertainty, which was even getting troublesome for me as I was growing in age. And outside my home country, I wanted to settle in a place which I could call home. I could have permanency there, and I could have some sense of social security, which was not available in Dubai. So as I was growing and aging, it was becoming more and more uncertain and uncomfortable for me to continue to live in Dubai. So the 2 developed countries that I shortlisted to immigrate were Australia and Canada. The reason I chose Canada first and foremost was economic, because it is bordered with one of the biggest economies in the world, which is United States. Second was social, because I had some family and friends here. Plus, Canada is one of the most immigrant friendly countries in the world with minimum cases of racism, very inclusive culture, and ranked very high in being immigrant friendly. Now, second reason was lifestyle. Like many expats, my life was totally integrated with Dubai's image of luxury. Nothing was anymore enough for me. Biggest house, the best car, all I was doing is each and every day working hard and hard to earn more, hence to spend more. Things that were once luxury to me, even now in being in Canada, I find them to be luxury, were just became basic needs because everyone had it, and this was the way of life in Dubai. You had to have the biggest house, you had to have the biggest and the best car. Soon I found myself to be trapped in a lifestyle of rat race where I was spending more out of social pressure, and in order to maintain my spending I would be earning more, and hence I would be trapped in this cycle where I would be again spending on things that didn't even really matter or give me long lasting happiness. For instance, changing car every 2 years versus spending time on things that really mattered. However, I was constantly trading my time to earn more and more money in order to maintain and sustain my expensive lifestyle. I found this lifestyle to be a norm in Dubai. Now, despite my attempts to be different, I felt immense pressure to conform to the lifestyle, given it was very difficult for me to live a lifestyle that was different from my social circle. Now, this realization even grew stronger as I crossed my 30s, where I began to realize that income after a certain point in time just brings diminishing return, because what you're doing is you're just trading your time for more income, which is not really buying you true or real happiness, and rather you're trading your time, which you can consume and invest in things that really matter, like your family, like hobbies, and other life enriching experiences. Now, in Canada, I got a fresh start. I joined a new organization, developed a new social circle, and soon realized that there was a culture of living a wholesome life where job or income was just means to live more fulfilling life. Now, such culture and vibe starts to rub on you. For instance, influenced by my friends and social circle and surroundings, I started to indulge in enriching activities which previously I didn't consider important, and hence was not able to make time for them because I was busy working and earning more money. For example, I started being regular at gym, I started road biking. Another example is, in order to assimilate in the new country and the new culture, I taught myself how to ski. Me and my wife, we enrolled our kids for ice skating, and then we thought it would be a nice idea to also learn ice skating so we can play around with our kids. And these are the things where I started to invest more and more time, and job was just to sustain and maintain this lifestyle where I could get more and more time and spend more and more time with things that matter, with my family, and in experiences that were really enriching. To illustrate my point further, I just want to share one example where Canada has a public holiday which is called Family Day, which goes to show how much importance they place in enriched lifestyle, where that day is essentially for you to just take off from work and spend with your family. Because of all this, I had a 180-degree shift in my mindset and started to enjoy life more. I've never enjoyed life as much as I've enjoyed in past 4 years since I moved to Canada. I've made more memories and can recall more memorable stuff which are non-work related, rather things which have brought me more lasting happiness. Now, the third reason why I left Dubai and immigrated to Canada was about raising kids. Now, if it was for me alone, I could have stayed in Dubai longer and enjoyed the luxury, because I personally believe that I have the understanding of knowing when luxury is enough and it starts to become a nuisance. However, it is difficult for you once you're raising kids. So, for instance, for me, I've lived most of my life in Pakistan, where I've experienced a minimalist life. I've lived a frugal life. I would take bus to school, would have limited pocket money, and had to make choices, things like that. However, all of this was alien to my kids, who rather thought that we were socially below average, given their point of comparison were kids from their school who had more luxury in their life in terms of bigger houses and better cars and better gadgets. Now, I wanted my kids to live a safe yet a tough life, where they could experience the challenges that the world and life has to offer and get toughened versus getting spoiled by all the luxury that their environment was offering them. Additionally, the income disparity between the rich and the poor in Dubai is massive. While on one end I could enjoy all the luxuries that the country and my environment had to offer, at the same time there were labor class who were living in extreme conditions and not even able to afford basic necessities of life. Given I myself was born and raised in third world, I had become numb to the experiences of poor. However, it became extremely challenging for me to explain these differences to my kids. Now, how is Canada different? Barring a few families which are extremely rich and less than 10 in numbers, everyone else in Canada enjoys the same living standard. They enjoy the same basic necessities of life and have a similar lifestyle. For instance, access to education for your kids is free and same for all. Access to medical is free and same for everyone. So, for instance, when it comes to raising my kids go to the community school, which provides the same level of education and standard of education which is provided across all schools in Canada, where they make friends with other people of different social and income background, and there is no competition for being the richest and the best. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please do press the like button. Also, please subscribe to the channel so you may get notified as soon as I put out new content on this channel. Thank you.